Oh, yeah. Welcome back to Weekend's Last Beer, Season 1, Episode 7. Sit back and relax. We got a lot coming to you today. We got a giveaway winner to talk about. We'll hit that first. We got the Scottish Open reactions. We got some fight that happened over July 4th weekend, and then golf attire. So let's get into the show. Let's hit it with the giveaway winner. So, guys, if you guys weren't watching, we had a giveaway on our Instagram where we were giving away a club and a sleeve of golf balls for the Weekend's Last Beer with a logo. And we did it for 2 weeks. And we had over, I want to say, 100 to 200 retweets on what exactly, it was. So, Dylan, do you want to get into that?
Yes, sir. So we had about 60 people entered into the giveaway. More than 120 people tagged in the post. So everyone did what they were supposed to do. And let me get a drum roll here. Our winner is Braden B.
All right, Braden B. Congratulations. We'll do these more. I would at least once or every other month. But yes, let us know what club you want and reach out to Dylan, and we will make sure we get you your well-deserved winnings. Again, thank you guys for coming on and doing that with us. So let's get into the Scottish Open. Again, Braden B was the winner for the giveaway. So just if you're watching, Braden B was the winner for this.
Yeah,
let's talk about the Genesis. Go ahead, Dylan.
I was going to say thank everyone for entering and sharing the post. Just keep an eye out. We'll be doing more of them in the future.
Amen to that. Appreciate it, guys. Let's get into the Scottish Open. This was an interesting tournament because it was Scotland is 5 hours ahead of us, so they would go live at early in the morning. So you were watching at 9 o'clock in the morning, like the last round, the final round today, which is nice because I like watching morning golf. I really do appreciate that. But then you also had another golf tournament going on, the PGA Tour, and then you had the another tournament. So it was a weekend full of golf.
Yeah, Dick's Open, Sporting Goods. Didn't want to say that crazily. And then of course you had the Genesis Open, and it was awesome. It was really fun. I think the funniest moment of that whole situation was watching Scheffler just freak out on a crazy putt. And the announcer's yeah, he's not reading the greens at all this today. And I was like, God damn it. I put $100 on him to be top 5. And of course he's going to be tied for 8th place. Of course this is going to happen to me. I was like, oh yeah, Scotty, top 5 instant right away. I thought that was a shoe-in. And then that sort of shit the bed there. I'm not going to lie. It was annoying.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like Scotty Scheffler wasn't really in the
Scotty.
league.
He wasn't Scotty.
Yeah, he wasn't Scotty. And I feel like recently he hasn't really been Scotty for a long time now. And I don't know if that's, something.
I mean, that Scotty run last year was pretty crazy. I think one of my buddies told me if you put $100 down on every single PGA tournament last year, you would have made more money than you would have putting that money towards the S&P 500. So that's kind of a crazy situation to be in. I mean, I feel like that's sort of Tiger-esque. I think that was the closest thing that you'll ever see to Tiger in your life. Should we expect that every year from him? I don't think so. I think that he caught lightning in a bottle and it should keep going. And I actually like that. You never know who's going to win because, I mean, when Scotty was playing lights out like he was last year, I still think he's a great golfer and amazing near the greens. Should we expect that from him? No. I think it's a little unfair to expect that every year from Scotty now. I still think he's the number 1 golfer in the world. Do I think he's going to win the FedEx Cup? Absolutely. I have $200 on that. So I don't expect him to lose in that way. I still think he's the best golfer in the world, but I think a lot of us always compare him to Tiger and how great Tiger was, and I think that's a little unfair to the greatness of Scotty Scheffler.
100%. And we didn't really say who won, but the winner was Chris Getter Up. So big win, second win on tour. He was battling with Wyndham Clark, and he was battling with Rory McIlroy. Pretty much Rory. It was a great battle. But yeah, I mean, it's not like I said last week. These tournaments that we're watching now, we're not really seeing these big names that we're used to see on the leaderboard win the tournaments. Like we're not seeing Scotty Scheffler, we're not seeing Alexander Schauffele, we're not seeing Rory McIlroy. I mean, yeah, he won the Masters, but he hasn't really won anything since then. So
well,
it's
Rory
just
could have won it though. He could have won it, but he didn't play well at all today.
No.
Made me happy.
Typical Rory-esque. He plays well from Thursday to Saturday, and then shits the bed on Sunday. So on to the
I enjoy watching Rory shit the bed so much.
I know you do, and that's the insane part.
And
you're like, here it comes, and I'm like, dude, it is 9:30 in the morning. Like I can't even function right now.
Yeah, I love watching Rory McIlroy shit the bed. Anything that he does that causes him misery just makes me so happy. It's insane. I've never preyed on someone's downfall as much as Rory McIlroy.
I think it's so funny that like you have a hit list of PGA pros that you cannot stand.
Well, no, some of them are on the Live Tour too.
Like who? Who's on the Live Tour that you can't stand?
Patrick Reed.
Patrick Reed?
Sergio Garcia.
How do you hate Sergio?
Because he's a douchebag.
I like Sergio. I liked him since the
Sergio.
YouTube channel, since he's been on the YouTube once in a while. I think he just gets a bad rap.
Yeah, Patrick Reed, I can't stand. Rory, I can't stand. Yeah,
I used to dislike a little bit, and then I think he started bringing out his personality, and you're like, oh, this guy's actually pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I can't even hate on this guy anymore. At first, I did not like him when he started going after people for making fun of him with the Koepka situation, and he was trying to like kick out fans and stuff. It was just like a weird situation with him. And then he just turned a corner and just like he was like, you know what, I'm gonna let my personality show. I think he got a lot of like flack because he was always told to hide his personality, don't have your personal life out there, blah 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 blah. And I think he was like, he just completely 180'd that. He was like, nope, I'm going to do a YouTube channel. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. And then I was rooting for him at the U.S. Open last year when he won it. And I was like, yeah, this is actually kind of fun. I love this.
Yeah, no, I'm the opposite, man.
What do you mean you're the opposite?
I love Bryson. I couldn't stand Brooks.
See, I like Brooks too, but he like, I mean, I really like Brooks. He would be probably one of my top pro golfers that I would love to golf with and just shoot the shit with. I think he would be a fun guy to talk to.
He wouldn't golf with you outside of playing a tournament because apparently,
he hates golf.
Yeah, he hates golf. He just is good at it. And that's my biggest part of why I hate Brooks is because he's such like a narcissistic douche about it. Where it's like, oh, I just hate golf. And everyone who's sitting there like, who loves golf but sucks at it is just like, you're a douchebag. Like, shut the hell up.
Yeah. No, I get that side of it. I feel like he was like, like those guys that like played the sport for so long and coaches just ruin the sport for you. I feel like he's in that scenario. Like he just had people just ruin the sport for him. He used to love the sport, but I feel like he sort of like hits a lot of us guys that played sports for years. And you just hate one sport because of one person. Like I used to love playing baseball, and I got one coach that I couldn't stand, and I just quit all the way through. I just quit. I was just like, I can't do this anymore.
I was the same way, but it's like looking at that aspect, it's like, bro, if you hate the sport that much, then stop playing it.
I mean, when
that's how I look at it. Yeah, but if you hate it that much, I mean, we could use more electricians. Come on over.
Come on right now.
Yeah,
Come on downtown, brother. I'll show you the way.
that bothers me because it's like everyone that says they hate their job or hate playing the sport they've playing for years, but they're still making millions of dollars, and like I can't see that. So it's frustrating.
Yeah, and
You
then you
know,
have a model wife. Oh, your life is so goddamn
exactly. So your life's so perfect. You got a model wife, you got a big ass house. You don't have to worry about anything. You have a chef there 3 days, for 3 meals a day. Yeah. So I mean, with got her up. He is now eligible for the Open at Royal Portrush next weekend. So he had that, and then he's eligible for a spot for the 2026 Masters. So hopefully we can see this dude,
shine.
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 And you know what the crazy thing is?
I always root for the underdogs.
The crazy thing is this dude is only 25 years old, and he beat one of the great. I would say, I know Dylan doesn't agree with me, but he beat one of the all-time greats on tour today in the tournament. I mean, it wasn't even, it was funny because on, I think it was 15 or 16, the referee talked to him about like he needs to keep up the pace because I guess everyone else, so him, Wyndham Clark, and Rory, out of all three of them, got her up was playing the slowest, so he had a time clock on him to play quicker, and you saw that kind of affect his shot, on the tee box. It wasn't a great tee shot, and then his second shot went over. He flew the green, so it's just funny to me that like everyone, and they were I think one of the last groups that they were getting yelled at. You need to speed up your golf game. Like I guess he was taking too long with the putts and things like that. So it just blows my mind that like they had somebody on his bag, like with the caddy, just making sure he plays in timely manner. So that was crazy to see.
But can you imagine if they ever freaking did that on, if they did that to a Rory or any like big name like that? That's what sort of pisses me off with the PGA. They're very selective on who they do that to. I mean, like I can never imagine like a ref talking to Jordan like, "Hey, you got to stop playing so physical, or I have to call that."
Right.
I highly doubt that. Like with some of these guys, like Rory, they would never do that to Rory. They would never do that to Scheffler. They would never do that to any of the top brass of the PGA. So why do it to any of your athletes? I always think it should be a fair game. I do understand, like with the U.S. Open, going back to Oakmont, it was a slow game because everybody was having such a hard time playing that course. But I mean, people were only shooting like -4s, maybe at most at this course. So I feel like it had to be windy. I mean, Scotland, of course, it's going to be windy.
Yeah, anytime you play in Scotland, it's going to be windy. Scotland, Ireland, any of those European countries.
You're definitely playing in rain at least once that weekend, or fog. I think this was the best weather that I can remember in Scotland or in any tournament in Scotland or Ireland, that actually the weather wasn't too bad.
Right. Because, I mean, typically, I feel like from like past years, I feel like this tournament of all of them, it was always like pouring down rain, trench downpours, like windy as hell, cold. I mean, you kind of seen towards the end of the round today, there was a front coming in, so it like dropped like 15, 20 degrees.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, no, that it's just crazy. Playing golf in any of those European countries is just a whole different ball game. But yeah, I mean, it was great to see this dude win. He won, I think, $2 million. 25 years old, winning $25 million is crazy to have. So congratulations to Chris got her up. Got her up. I always think I'm saying the name wrong, but I'm not. But do you guys have any other takes on the Scottish Open?
No, I do agree with you, Jordan, because I have a little one that wakes up at least 6 or 7 in the morning, and when you're like walking to the TV to watch something while you're like, holding him and feeding him, I was like, oh yeah, golf is on. Let me turn that on real quick on ESPN Plus to watch the beginning of the round, and then switch it over to the golf channel and stuff like that. So it was nice to start watching like prime time like golf at 7 in the morning, and you're like, this is great.
Yeah, no, it was nice that I woke up early enough today. I was able to watch golf because it was weird. Like when I wanted to watch it, because typically when any tournament that is played, I'm at work and then I come home and watch like the other half, the back half of it, and I couldn't do that on Thursday and Friday, so I had to suck it up and wait till this weekend to watch it. But yeah, it was a great tournament, and I think it's one of my favorite tournaments to see being played, and it's an important tournament. I think
it's kind of nice that it sets up the British Open. That's what I always like about that. Like it's like, okay, these guys are, the jet lag's basically over and done with, and all the guys are getting ready for the big British push, the British Open push, and then you see sort of a preview of it. You see who's playing good, who's not playing great. I mean, they're still getting adjusted to the environment. I mean, it's just a complete different game out there. You have to shoot it low. I mean, the wind's really kicks up a notch. You have to have good club selection. This is where I think a caddy is like clutch. They know your shot. They know your distances. But when they see the wind, they're like, maybe club 2 up. Maybe club, choke up on the club. Don't even like bother going club up. This is when like you really see caddies in their action here is during the British Open, I think.
Yeah, I agree. One thing I want to hit on briefly is now we're kind of on the topic of golf tournaments. This is kind of off the topic, but the what was that? What was that tournament today that
just jumped in?
What was that tournament that was today with the celebs?
The Pro-Am?
Yeah, the Pro-Am.
With Jimmy Rollins winning the vote?
Yeah, the American Century Tournament in Tahoe. I think it's one of my favorite tournaments to watch. This was one of the first years I was able to watch it.
I didn't watch it. I was kind of pissed that I didn't.
Yeah, no, it was because like I feel like it's on every year and I never get a chance to watch it because I really don't care. But it kind of worked out that you could watch the Scottish Open in the morning, and by the time, because they went live on Peacock at 2:30, so you could watch that. So by you could flip between the Scottish Open and also the American Century Tournament. But this tournament is for celebrities and athletes. So this is in Tahoe. It's always in Tahoe. You have like professional athletes, you have comedians, you have you name it. They're on this tour. The winner wins $150,000, which is massive. There's a few holes for the holes in ones where I think you could win a boat, you could win a car. And yesterday, actually, Jimmy Rollins, long time Philadelphia Philly, he won a boat. Actually, it was on I forget what par 3 it was, but dude just went right in the cup, and that dude won a 25-foot boat, and it was insane.
The boat's nice. The boat's sick. And that was its first hole in one too.
Yeah,
that's a pretty cool hole in one to have. That.
And it's crazy to me because Steph Curry is always in it, and he won it I think 2 years ago. But that dude's an athlete. Like that man can play golf. Like he didn't win today. He blew up on the 18th hole, but that dude could put it right next to the pin. So it was crazy to see somebody like him playing well. And then, obviously Jason Kelsey was on it. He almost got a hole in one on 17. So it's a cool tournament. If you're trying to get into golf, it's something that you don't have to be a long time.
I think you know what's going to replace that. And I think you guys already know what I'm going to say.
What's that?
It's the YouTube Classic. I think that's going to take it over.
You think so?
Yeah, and I think it's going to be all guys at all different handicaps too. And that's what I think is going to be amazing about it is, hey, you're going to have some amazing golfers like Grant and all those guys, but then you're going to have like Bobby Berger, and he's going to be hitting there, and you never know where his ball's going. I think it's going to be even scarier to be a spectator watching that because you might get hit by a ball or two. I think it's just going to be exciting because some of these guys, these are pro athletes. They're going to be good no matter what they do. And I don't care what anybody says. You just have that gene in you. You have that dog in you. But then you have guys that are just Joe Schmoes playing in the tournament. I think that's going to be such an entertainment factor that sooner or later you're going to start seeing some of this starting to go onto actual national television. I think it's going to be a really watched YouTube, this YouTube classic. I think it's going to be probably the number one watch thing on YouTube all of August. I think that's going to be the number one thing to watch. That's going to be watched. Truthfully, what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's going to be one of the greatest watched events, and I mean, people who have kind of over the past 5 years grown up watching, not grown up, let me rephrase that, have grown up in golf through watching YouTube golf. I think it's a great tournament for people to watch because you see Bobby Burgers, you see the Foreplay podcast, you see Bob the Sports podcast, you see all these different athletes.
Good. You see all those guys.
Yeah, and like
then you're going to see guys that just, I'm hoping, I don't know, I forget the dude's name, but the dude that wears not a bandana, but oh God, he was on Bob Does Sports one time. They were at a public course in LA, and it's just, I think his name's Doobie or something like that. I'm praying that he's on it. He has the weirdest shot. He's smoking a cigarette. He has a do-rag and a golf hat on top of it, and he wears cargo shorts golfing. And it's just like, you're going to see some like creatures on this YouTube channel, and it's going to be amazing.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like the nice thing about this tournament is, again, it's pretty much any handicap golfer, people that you see growing, through YouTube golf. I mean, guys, if you don't know yet, YouTube golf is on the up and up right now, and it's going to continue to grow. We got PGA Tour guys, we got live guys that are now on YouTube golf. So it's going to be a cool tournament because all those viewers that are, I think Good Golf has over 12 million subscribers on YouTube. All of those viewers that watch those videos are going to watch this tournament. So like, it's and it's for $1 million. Like, this is just your average Joe Schmo golfer. I mean, granted, some YouTube golfers are really good at golf, but your average Joe golfer playing in a tournament, winning $1 million. It's something that it's going to be similar to, this American Century or tournaments where you see, pro-ams. And I really do think it's going to be something, the new wave of golf. I think, yeah, I mean, you could be possibly right. I think this could take over the American Century, what we just watched. But yeah, it's something that you're going to see a lot of people watch and enjoy because, again, they're golfers that are on this tournament that aren't, scratch golfers. Some of them are, some of them aren't. But it's an interesting. It's going to be fun to watch, and I can't wait. I think it's going to be the most watched thing on YouTube, like Frank said.
Yeah,
it just kind of one thing that rubs me the wrong way is like the Bryan brothers. Like they should not be.
How do you hate the Bryan brothers?
I don't hate them. I just think it's unfair that they are competing in this when they've been on the PGA Tour. It's like, and it's not like they just had like an exemption for like one event. Like they both were on the tour, played on the tour at certain points. I think it's unfair because it's like every time you see this, like the YouTube Classic or, anything like that, the Bryan brothers are always at the top of the leaderboard. And it's like, wow, what a surprise. Like the guys who played on the PGA Tour. It's like, I feel like they shouldn't, be able to play in an event like that. Like, I don't know. That just kind of rubs me the wrong way, but I mean, to each their own. Not that I dislike the Bryan brothers.
I still think the handicap is going to be like a huge part of it. I think some of these guys are going to get an extra couple strokes too. I think Bob's going to have like 20, and I also do think that like some of the PGA guys. I don't think they're going to turn it up as much as we think. I don't think they're going to compete as much. I think they're going to let these boys play. I don't know yet.
Yeah, I mean, I think they should. I mean, I think it's in terms of like, oh, well, it's not a PGA event, like I said, they played on tour. It's kind of unfair having them go up against.
Did the older brother play on tour too? The one with the mustache? I forget his name.
George and Wesley. I forget which one's older, but I'm pretty sure
Wesley is the one that played on the PGA that I know about. I didn't know George played.
George either played. I think
He was on Port Ferry. I know that in Q school. I know he was on.
So I don't know. To me that seemed a little bit unfair to the rest of the like people like Fat Perez or Grant Horvat who like they didn't have.
Grant can play on the PGA. I still live and die by that. I think
he probably could, but he never did. That's the thing. He's still an amateur.
Yeah.
If you had any kind of, it's like kind of how the Olympics were back in the day. Like if you were like the Jim Thorpe shit, if you were a pro, you weren't able to compete in the Olympics, and that's why there was that whole like thing where he had medals stripped because he technically had played pro at one point. You have to be an amateur. Yeah. I don't know. That's just my view on it, but I don't know. It's kind of old school.
Yeah, I will say that, and then we can move on to the next topic. But yeah, I think, like you just said, the Olympics used to be something that people wanted to watch because, like you said, they're amateurs that were going on who weren't really known. And then within the last 15 years, it's all pros. So, like, obviously, in the Summer Olympics for basketball.
Well, it's always great to watch our team.
I would say 85% of the time, U.S. is going to win basketball. 100%, like, without a doubt.
Spain's always pretty good every year.
Spain has gotten a lot better. France has gotten a lot better.
Good. Greece
but it's just
is crazy good usually.
Who?
Greece.
Yeah. I mean, because now they have Giannis and all that. But it just blows my mind because I remember watching back when I was younger and
90s,
all these amateurs that were in the Olympics. Now it's just professionals. Like it just the excitement. I guess it's still exciting, but for me,
also the Soviets started creating like the Soviet team, and that's why they were so good. Is they paid their amateurs like government jobs, and then they never went into their government office. They just practiced hockey every single day. And basically their job was hockey, and they were a professional hockey team, and they played together every single day. And then they just took advantage of the system. And then basically they were a professional team against amateurs. Mm-hmm. And then after that, they were like, okay, Soviet Union, they're just saying that these guys were government workers. And then they would just keep using them until, they got older or whatever. And that's what changed the rules there. So sort of the Soviet Union sort of screwed us over there.
I'm gonna say it. The only two teams to ever beat that Soviet team
was the Philadelphia Flyers and the U.S. 1980s U.S. team. And the only reason here's a crazy story. The only reason I think the U.S. and this is going to sound so unpatriotic, but it's a hot take. The Soviet team. The U.S. team talked to, I think it was the Swedish figure skaters, and told them to go out the night before and get the Soviet team to go out. And they all got hammered that night. And then the next day they were all hungover, and they thought they were going to beat the shit out of the U.S. team, and the U.S. team won and upsetted them, believe it or not.
Yeah, no, the Flyers just beat the shit out of them.
Yeah, they literally just.
Yeah, I remember they walked off the ice. I remember they, the coach, I forget his name, pulled him off the ice.
Yeah.
And then Ed Schneider, the GOAT, rest in peace, went down to their locker room and said, your asses aren't getting paid unless you play the full game. And so they went back out there.
Yeah, they're pretty capitalist in a weird way.
Yeah. And Flyers, Bill Barber and all them just beat the shit out of them.
Yeah, that documentary, if no one watched that HBO documentary on the Broad Street Bullies, you got to watch it. Mm-hmm. Even if you hate the Philadelphia Flyers, you should definitely watch it. It's a good watch. And right now, as a Philadelphia Flyers fan, I hate the Flyers, how they destroyed this program for the past 10 years. So
Danny B we're on the up and up. Danny B is in the office. You got Jonesy as the prez. Yeah. We're on the up and up. We got Trevor Zegras now.
But we ruined Claude Giroux's freaking career, and that's what pisses me off. Still leaves a bad taste in my mouth with Claude Giroux. Feel so bad for that man.
I wish he was still a Philadelphia Flyer. That's for damn sure.
I wish we had him now at his young age.
Speaking of hockey, over the 4th of July weekend, this video has been kind of blowing up on Twitter, on Instagram, on everything, anything social media, and it is. I wish I could pull it up, but it is Nick Tarnasky, who was a kind of enforcer for the Dallas Stars. He's from Alberta, Canada, and he was golfing with his buddies in Canada. The course was Alberta. I forget the name of the course. Doesn't really matter. It was
somewhere in Canada.
Yeah. Anyway, so what happened was, I guess Nick and his crew were behind this foursome, and they finally catch up to them. And to put in context, basically there was an altercation that went down. The one guy was very hammered, playing from the tips.
Both of them were hammered. They were smashed. Not the hockey player. His buddy and him were completely smashed. Like, you could tell by their mannerisms. They were just talking, slurring, and I'm like, oh, these boys had a couple tequila transfusions right there.
Couple too many.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Nick Tarnasky just goes up to the guys like, hey, can you like pick it up? Like this is, this is taking too long. Guy got all pissed off and started to scream at him like, you want to fight, you want to fight, you want to fight. The dude was trying to put his ball in the tee, was falling over. Anyway, he, came at Nick and started swinging on him, and they started, pretty much boxing. I mean, like I said, he was an enforcer in the NHL, so what he did,
it was just
there was no boxing. There was
rip and rip it.
Exactly.
There was no actual there was no fight. That was just a beat down. That guy didn't.
It was a beat down.
First off, I loved the part of the video where he gets thrown in the lake and the one guy goes, "Great start, buddy."
And
just the Canadian.
I think the fight should have ended right there. Like if I got thrown in the lake, and I mean I wasn't even like 30 yards near the lake, and this dude tossed me into a lake. Yeah, I'm like, yep, you got me, buddy. All right, I'll just go dripping down to my golf cart and just drive right off. And instead, he walked out like a goddamn gremlin or like a Walking Dead zombie out of that lake, and then just gets wrecked again. And then, of course, he the guy's just punching him. And I think it's one of the coolest things is just making your own sound effects like Batman, just like bang, bang, bang. And I was like, dude, this is like a 1970s Batman episode. It's actually kind of amazing watching the Joker get like knocked the fuck out on a goddamn golf course.
Dude, I literally was saying to someone, I'm like, you're getting your ass beat when the guy who's hitting you is turning into an onomatopoeia. Bang, 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 pow. Like what? Like if I'm getting my ass beat that bad, no, I'm just gonna leave.
I mean, I think it made me feel even better when the dude posted like only a black eye. I'm like, bro, you still got rocked. Like don't act like he went home and told his wife, yeah, I took on like 3 guys and I won it. And then the wife just pulls up her phone. Really?
All I see you is getting your ass beat by some random dude on the golf course.
What did you get into after this that you won?
Yeah. He pulled up to his job as like a CPA on Monday, and everyone's just looking at him like,
yeah. Right.
What did you do over the weekend, baby?
that Monday morning at work, everybody's like, dude, out of all the people you started a fist fight with a goddamn like professional hockey player that, oh yeah, he didn't like get paid to score goals. He was a goon and was taught how to punch people square in the face. That's like 2 people I would never fight: a UFC fighter and an NHL goon. Yeah. And probably an NFL football player in any position. Those are the top 3 people I would never mess with.
But yeah, I think we can talk more about this. I think it was warranted. I mean, it's like, dude, you need to chill. Like, you need to chill. Like, stop being an asshole. And he made the first attempt, and it was his mistake. It was his downfall because he got his ass destroyed. Got tossed into the pond. Like, you don't want to mess with somebody who, like Frank said, his whole job, like he was a Paul Bissonnette. His whole job was to get in fights and just beat the living crap out of the other team. You don't mess with somebody. You don't mess with a UFC fighter. You don't mess with a Golden Glove boxer. You don't mess with a NFL football player
or anybody
anyone.
that has cauliflower in their ear.
Exactly,
Yeah.
because
Never
you will get
mess
your
with those
ass
fuckers.
handed to
Never
you.
even talk to those
Yeah,
guys.
Yeah, and I think it was
Yeah, with a
warranted.
affliction shirt and cauliflower, bro, he could kill me.
Exactly. No.
Honestly, the best part about that post too, I saw a comment on there, like someone he's like, "Oh yeah, just a black eye," and someone commented, "Well, how's your pride look? How does that feel?"
Yeah, dude.
And it's just like, dude, if I got my ass beat so bad that I'm on Twitter, YouTube, Instagram trending, I'm gonna change my name, fake my death, and leave the country.
Oh, I agree, 100%.
Like I'm out. I'm gonna go live in the woods in like fucking upstate Alaska, just like live off the land. Like, no, I'm off the grid, man.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even think I could face work after. Truthfully.
Yeah.
Oh, I know I couldn't face
I
work
would be
afterwards.
petrified to go into work and be like, pray to God no one saw that. And everybody saw it. Everybody, they're like, wait, is that Joe?
Yeah.
And he's
Well,
in the water.
And it's just on social media. It just took off just like a wildfire.
Dude,
So
we
that-
posted something about it, just laughing our asses off about it. And then I'm going to a bachelor party, and me and my buddy were like literally joking about this. And it was like the conversation in our bachelor party like chat, like literally talking about it. And we were just all laughing about it the whole time. Like, did you guys watch the full video? Oh my God. Yeah, that dude definitely deserved it. Like, absolutely 100%. Hopefully that guy doesn't get in trouble with the actual hockey player, because I know he's still playing for like a smaller like team right now, and the club's investigating it. And I'm like, what's there to investigate? Like, the dude deserved every freaking second of it.
And also, not to mention, I think the dude is also coaching kids too. Like he's a hockey coach. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I guess those hockey players are badass. I mean, they're
Dude, his hands
know how
are
to
freaking
fight.
bricks. Like, no way I would ever fight a dude like that.
No,
This is where I have been preaching this for a while. I know Frank has too. Hashtag shrink the game.
Dude, in like some ways,
so
yeah,
bad.
like in my eyes, in this whole scenario, like, yeah, shrink the game's like funny and everything like that and great, like in a way, but like I do want to grow the game, but I don't want assholes like that on the goddamn golf
Yes.
course. Like, if you're drinking, don't drink like you're at a goddamn like NFL game or a college game and you're chugging like 5 transfusions on the goddamn golf course. Like, handle your shit, know how to like handle the club, hit the ball, make sure you're going right correctly. Don't be a complete asshole like crashing the cart or anything like that, because then you're just ruining the game for everybody else. Like, you see guys like getting hammered and they're just crashing their carts or hitting like actually other golfers like their buddies and shit, and they think it's hilarious until they get that freaking bill the next day of like a $500 thing of this golf cart because you cracked something or broke something. And it's just like, dude, this is why we can't have even nice things on public courses, because you assholes, in a way.
Yeah, I agree. I think if you want to go out on the golf course, play with your buddies, put down a few drinks, just know where you're at. You're still at a public scenario. It's still a public course where other people are playing that may not be drinking while they play. So just, be mindful of that, because people especially yesterday I played and I was at Iron Valley, right? And I was golfing with my buddy and his boss. And like, we heard these young guys that are probably 25 and they were just blasting their music. That's the thing that pisses me off. Like, I like listening to music, but when you blast it, oh my God, dude. And you're on the golf course and in your backswing and just being loud and obnoxious, like, you don't deserve to be on the golf course at all. There's still a professional aspect to being on a golf course, playing golf, that you gotta uphold, because we're paying, $65 for a round of golf. At the same time, there's other golfers out there
that's why I like spending a little bit more money, because then you still have like the class
right
in the sport. And then you don't have like, Joe Schmoes. We all know those like courses. You're like, yeah, don't go to those. Those are all 21-year-olds or drunk divorced dads that are blasting like Led Zeppelin or Helter Skelter, like all through like the course, that they want to make sure everybody hears them. Or they tell them just like crazy stories about their lives and stuff, and they want to feel like they're back in their college days or something. And it's just like, don't go to that course, dude. Please don't go to that course.
Yeah, no, I agree. Dylan, do you have anything else you want to say about this?
No, I mean, and it's just like everyone. I feel like a lot of the people who were doing that shit came in during COVID, and because there was nothing else to do.
Yeah,
and it kind of screwed up golf for the rest of us who actually have been playing for years, who actually enjoy the game, grew up learning the game.
And they fucked up golf memberships and country clubs and everything.
Yeah. Well, and then you see all these things on these courses too, where you have like, guys destroying greens, like chipping on greens, taking shots off of greens, like to make these TikToks or reels, and it's not funny. Like, you're destroying something that we use every single day. Yeah. And then like there was a course I think up in somewhere in Upper PA that had that, where someone took a ride on the golf cart on the green and completely fucked it up. It's like the shit ain't funny, man. Like have some etiquette,
a lot of fucking money too.
Yeah, and have some consideration for other people, and that's what like kind of lacks.
Yeah, the thing that makes me laugh is just like I know 302 Bird shared this, and it happened like a year ago that the woman was so sick and tired of her husband freaking golfing, so she ran him over with the Bronco. And it's like, dude, what? Like, if you have like marital issues, have that shit handled like at home. Don't.
Well, yeah, I mean that was at
was wild.
Oh yeah, no, that was at Deerfield Country Club, which is like in my backyard, in Delaware. Wild. And I get it, like, the wives out here probably cringe right now. Oh my god, my husband or my fiance or my boyfriend.
Yeah, but they hit you with a goddamn car is the question.
Exactly. But I will. Yeah, it just there comes a line that you probably shouldn't cross, and people take
that line was crossed.
Oh,
with
100%.
A Bronco.
I think she may just put her tail over the line there.
Yeah, you're trying to. I feel like you're starting to go on the woman's side there.
Yeah, I'm just fucking with you.
No,
I can tell you right now. Like my fiance, she does enjoy golfing. She likes to let me go golfing. Actually, funny story enough. Shout out to Caitlin. It's our year anniversary of being engaged. We got about a year and a half left to the wedding, and she loves putting, and you guys know that. So we took her to Putt Shack today. It's the second time she's beat me at Putt Shack.
Yo, so, I was laughing at my ass off at that story. I wanted to share it so bad, but I was like, I can't do that to my guy. I can't do it.
No, see, I'm fine with it. I'm fine with it because, it's not real. I mean, I'm telling myself
it's not real.
It's not real. It's not real.
She beat you in mini putt. She beat you in mini putt.
No, she beat me in Putt Shack. That shit ain't because, like, dude, I will say Putt Shack's a good time, but it's not like real mini golf. Like, it's just like weird how like.
What does it take to be real mini golf then? What does it take?
So like, you're not playing like categories during a game. Like the one you have to like hit up to pick a category. You like putt toward like a skee ball looking thing. You pick a category. And it's like, oh, where did Arrested Development do this? And I'm just like, oh, I don't know. So I just hit the ball to hold. It's like wrong. And I'm like, oh, wow, that's.
Oh, I thought it was like mini golf. I thought like you had to hit it in one hole and that's it, and all that stuff. That's weird. I don't know.
No, it's by like.
I've never been to Putt Shack, so
it's by like points too. So it's not by strokes. It's
so it's like Top Golf, sort of.
Pretty
thing.
much, yeah.
Yeah, that's stupid. I hate that shit.
I mean, it's cool to do, like, because like you can have drinks on the course and stuff like that. So it is like fun, but like the actual like mini golf aspect, like you're not counting strokes, and like they have like hazards on there. So if you like get it in a hazard, it's minus 10 points. So it's like all a point based system. So no, I'm gonna give it to her. She beat me fair and square.
Fair and square.
Fair and square.
I was beating in Top Golf, but I was just trying to blast the ball over the thing.
So, speaking of Top Golf and just golf in general, what is one memorable shot you guys have had in your career playing golf?
I can tell you mine straight up because my most memorable, this one of my most recent shots actually became my most memorable. Because it was the single absolute closest I've ever been to a hole-in-one. I was out golfing with my buddy Brandon, who Jack knows. We Went to college with Brandon. He was my roommate. He's going to be one of my groomsmen. And he just got into it. So we're on the back 9 at Rock Manor on the 13th, which I think was playing like 160. So I took just a late 8-iron, and I hit it about middle of green because I knew the slope in the back, let it roll down, and the guys who were in front of us started like yelling, and I'm like, oh. Dude, it was probably like that far from the hole.
Damn.
I was like, God fucking damn it. And the guys were like, dude, we wanted it to go in. I'm like, you're not the only ones.
I have 2 memorable, actually. I have one at my actual Simacai golf outing. I think it was like a year ago. And I hit an 8-iron on a par 3. And we were the last foursome, and it was right in front of like almost everybody. And it went off, and I was like, oh my God, I hit that really pure. And it landed over the hole and rolled back, and it literally lipped out and then kept rolling. And you heard the whole like gathering of people like go, oh. And I was like, oh my God, if that went in, my bar bill would have been insane. Like I would have been so fucked in a way. But at the same time, I'd been so happy that I wouldn't have cared in a way. But then, of course, the other one was actually with you guys when I literally we were at a par 3 at Rock Manor, and literally my ball one hopped and hit the pin, low pin, and bounced back. And I was like, oh my God. And I was like, sort of like, I don't know where that ball went. I just heard the cup hit. And then all of us were like, yo, where's the ball? Where's the ball? And then we rolled up and we saw the divot right in front of the hole. And I'm like, I definitely hit the goddamn cup. I was like, I can't believe it. Why didn't that go in?
Right. No, so not to be like annoying, but I have 3, okay? I'll go. One was
You're so annoying. How dare you have 3 memorable shots?
Whatever.
You.
So do you guys remember being in the USGA like junior golf camp, and you guys were playing tournaments, anyway, that was the thing at my country club. Like there was a USGA golf camp, and it was for ages from 5 to I think 16. So it was a week-long camp. Anyway, you would finish with a tournament. So on tournament day, we played 18 holes. I was on hole 12, and on hole 12 at Newark Country Club, the tee box is kind of elevated, and then it goes straight down into like a pond that's like probably 250 yards downhill. But I put it in the fairway, and I used my 7-iron. I was pretty close to the pond. I put it in the fairway. I used my 7-iron, and I'm not sure how far I was because I was like 11 years old, but I hit my 7-iron, and it wasn't that great a shot, but it worked out for me in the long run. And it hit the fucking pin and dropped in the hole. I got a birdie on that hole. It put me ahead of who I was playing against. Number 2 was with Dylan and Dalton Holland. Shout out to Dalton. We were at Moccasin Run, and we were on hole 14. And I had like a 35-foot putt for eagle. And I drained that. And then the last memorable putt for birdie was with Dylan when we played at Bully Rock. It was on hole 9. Again, I've talked about this before. I hit a pretty good drive, and then I put it probably 45 feet from the hole. And it was starting to rain, and I just let it rip, and I drained it for birdie. So those are my 3 most memorable shots I've had in my career. I'm sure there's a lot that I'm missing out, but those are the only ones I can remember.
I think one of my favorite golf moments though is when you ate shit at Bull Rock. That was fucking hilarious. It's raining, and this dumbass decides to walk down wood planks in the rain.
Hold up. Pause.
Did he have cleats on too? Did he have golf cleats on? Oh,
yeah.
You idiot!
First off,
idiot!
Let's get more context, okay? Yes, I walked down a hill. I did not know there was wood planks that were embedded in the hill. I talked about this before.
Do you not have eyes?
You couldn't see them.
When you get to the
please.
top of the hill and you look down, yes,
You
you
could not see
could.
them. You could not see them at all. I'm telling you, you could not see them. My dumb ass pretty much broke my ankle, and it still
We
hurts.
will go there. Like in 2 weeks, we're thinking about going there,
No,
and
we're
I
not
think
taking-
we should
we're not-
go there.
I love Dalton, but we're not taking Dalton to Bully Rock.
Dalton will not have a good time.
Yes.
No, that's the best part.
can
Shout
go
out
to
to
the-
Dalton.
You know where we could play? We could go to Wyncote. That'd be fun.
Yeah,
Wyncote wouldn't get better
like
than you.
I think rounding out this show, let's talk about the proper golf attire that you should wear. Frank, do you want to take this?
Yeah, so I've been starting to see a lot of guys wearing like gym shorts, like a lot
no.
of like weird gym shorts. Like I'm actually wearing the Bad Birdie ones, like I see on the golf course. There's no belt, and I see guys like this, and they have the shorts up to here, and then they have like their Under Armour underwear underneath, and I'm like looking at that, I'm like, yo, these are golf shorts. I was like, no, they're not. And I just showed my full belly on YouTube, but whatever. Sue me. But and then the other thing is that I cannot stand is the Tiger Woods shirt. If you're Tiger, you get away with it. The shirt that's not collared, if you are not Tiger Woods, you are not buying that shirt. Do not buy that shirt and do not wear that on the course. I think always a collared shirt you always have to have. What is your thoughts on that?
Are you saying the mock neck?
Yes, I hate them.
Oh, I
think
disagree with you. I disagree with you because even the major clubs, it's always been, a thing with major clubs. You can wear a mock neck or a collared shirt. So I kind of disagree with you there, Frank. Nothing, against that, but I think those are a very nice shirt to wear golfing, especially in like the fall when you wear like a long sleeve mock neck. I have one of the Tiger Woods ones, that's long sleeve. But even though like the Blade polos, I know Jack bought one from Bull Rock. I think they're great. But I think there's a limit to what, like I see guys in t-shirts now, and that pisses me the hell off.
Yeah, or jeans. Jeans is a huge.
Don't get me started.
On the course, I know I'm not going to like the course. No. I know that sounds so bad.
No, and I want to get more. I want to get more back to the times of like actually telling people like no, like like the starters, the Rangers, the people at the pro shop. Like, are you playing in that? Do you have a collar shirt with you? Then no, you can't check in. Like, I don't care how many feelings it hurts. Golf is a game that you look nice to play. It's always been that way.
It's a fashion show, baby.
Yeah.
I don't care what you say. My wife always yells at me. She's like, "You get more ready for golf than Ashley our dates." And I'm like, "Yeah, well, it's with my boys."
What are you saying, Dale?
No, I just think traditionally, and I'm a big traditions guy. I was a history major in college. That's how golf has always been played. Has there been evolutions? Yes.
Yeah.
But it always comes back to a collared shirt and a nice pair of either slacks or shorts. And
another,
always tuck the shirt in. Tuck your shirt in.
And hat off in the bar, in the main bar. Mm-hmm. At a country club or even at a public course. If you go to a bar, you take your hat off. No matter what. I don't care if they're strict or not. Take your hat off at the bar. I always do that.
Like we all said, I think golf is a sport, is a gentleman's sport. You got to dress to the part, and no matter if it be a really shitty course or a top tier golf course, the dress code that has been the dress code for years, and like I'm with Dylan and Frank, I'm a tradition guy. You got to wear a golf shirt, golf pants, maybe when it's a little colder, but definitely golf shorts. Make sure you have a belt on.
No cargo shorts.
No cargo shorts.
God, no.
Make sure, like Dylan said, your shirt's tucked in because, granted, I know the biggest gripe with people that don't play golf is, oh, well, I'm not dressing for tour. No matter what, the traditions of the game of golf is a sport for gentlemen. It's for a sport where you dress nice and you perform well, whether it be in a major tournament or just with your boys, right? I've seen the TikTok of like Frank was talking about, like dude is getting ready for a date with his wife, and he's like, he looks nice, but not super nice, and isn't really cared about like how he looks. But then he's like, dude dresses for golf, and he's making sure he's all tucked in, all prim and proper. And it's like, yeah, that's what you got to do for golf, because no matter what, no matter how bad of a golfer you are or how good you are, you have to wear a golf shirt and a golf top and golf pants, because that's how it's always been, and that's how it always will be. And from my dad's side of the family has been golfing for 45 plus years. That's what you always wore. And there's no there's no t-shirts, there's no backwards hat. One thing that really gripes me the wrong way is when I'm in a tournament that's at my home course, right? And I've been a member there for years, but my partner who is watching it with me or is playing it with me, like he wears his hat backwards. I get embarrassed because that's not how you should look at a golf course. And call me annoying, but I hate that because it doesn't look. It looks sloppy. And like I said, no matter how shitty of a course or how great of a course it is, make sure you're always looking to the part. That's all.
And I do think like some of the loud shirts, like I love loud shirts once in a while. Like if I'm on a bachelor party, like I have some really like funny like bachelor party like golf shirts, but I'm going to French Licks and I'm like, I will not wear like those kind of loud, obnoxious shirts
right
to that course. Like it's just like it's more of like, hey, I need to respect this course because it'll respect me back in a way. I don't know. I'm just a little weird with that. But another thing, and it's not really golf attire, I am judging you so hard if you have iron covers on your goddamn clubs so quick and so fast. Do not do that. It looks hideous. It slows the game down. You just look stupid. There's a couple people at 5-iron that have iron clubs, iron covers, and literally the guy literally takes a shot, puts his iron cover on, and then goes back to that, and then looks at the yardage, and then goes back, and then takes his cover. It's just like, dude, really? Like, you're not – no, stop it. You're not that – and they look so stupid. I don't know why. Like, I hate them so much. Maybe it's because of this one person at 5-iron that has them, and he thinks he's the best, like, golfer ever, and he's a 25 handicap, and it drives me insane how he, like, talks to other people, and – he's like, well, I have iron covers because I have the most expensive clubs, he said. And I'm like, dude, you're a 25 handicap with blades. I know you can't hit these.
Kind of in that same kind of vein, right? And then we can end the show. But we just talked about the golf attire, how you should dress up and how you should look, right? But I hate when I see somebody who is not a good golfer at all, but is dressing like he's Tiger Woods or he's Ricky Fowler or he's Tommy Fleetwood. Like he's trying to embody golfers on tour right now. He has like all the fancy clubs. He got the best clubs in town. You're thinking that you can buy clubs to like improve your game, but then you play with them because when you see them walking up, if it's a
you're like, oh, this guy's good. Like he has the right clothing.
Exactly,
like, he has everything down, and like, yeah, he looks like Mr. GQ on a golf course right now. Right. This guy definitely plays a lot, and he has the top of the line clubs, and then you see his swing, and you're like, dude, all that money you spent on that clothing, you should have got freaking lessons.
Yeah, no, 100%. And like I said, if someone is playing with me, Frank, and Dylan, it comes up and I see them wearing this outfit, having these nice fancy clubs, and then their first drive is just like a pool to the left or right, or they top it, it goes like 10 yards. Deep down, I want to laugh at them and be like, dude, you should not play golf. You should play on a executive course where it's only par threes, work on your game, and then come back out. Yeah. Don't try to impress me because I don't care how you look, what clubs you have, if you can't back it up. You know what I mean?
I remember when I went out.
Let's sometimes we top balls too.
Oh, no doubt. Right.
So sometimes we hit slices or pools, so we can't say one shot. But if you're
one shot, but
it's
like 7 shots is 7 holes in a row.
Yeah,
the snowman on 8 shots in a row, or you're dropping a ball like, oh, I found it.
Like, 100%. But off of one shot, I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna judge somebody off of one shot. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
hey, if it's like 2 holes in and they're still playing like shit, I'm like, all right, man. Like, maybe you should have spent more money on lessons instead of buying like a $230 Opus Platinum wedge. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
100%.
And the funniest thing, I think the funniest thing was it was like, I think it was my senior year in college. And I went out with my college girlfriend's dad in Pittsburgh. And he was a member, I forget which golf course it was, but it wasn't Oakmont, but it was actually a really nice course out there. And I played with him. And this one kid behind us was dressed just like Ricky Fowler, had the orange pants, the orange Puma shirt, and the orange hat, and he had his hair flowing out. And he couldn't hit the ball to save his life. And I was just like, my dad my girlfriend's dad at the time turns, he goes like, look, it's Ricky Bowler. Like, it was just, like making fun of him nonstop. And we were like calling him out, like, nice shot, Ricky. And the guy's like getting so
That's funny as
I mean,
shit.
if you dress like that, like Ricky Fowler had his outfit back in the day. He was like a little Justin Bieber back in the day in the beach.
Oh yeah, with the bright orange flat brim hat.
With that like bright orange jumpsuit he had and the Puma hat. We all know what we're talking about.
100%.
And then if you replicate that, like that known outfit, like if I wear, like, even I would never wear a black, like I will wear like a breezy, like red hoodie and black pants, but I would never say this is my Sunday red outfit. Like, you know what I mean? I'm like, I'm no Tiger. I just like the color. But if you're wearing a Nike red shirt and black pants and then had the Tiger Woods shoes and the famous Nike hat or the Sunday red hat on, I'm like, all right, dude, like, did you just go, all right, let me replicate this, dude. Let me just copy exactly what he does. Like, exactly. I just don't, like, get your own, like, kind of, like, look to you, in a way.
Be your own person.
Yeah. Don't be like, I'm in my Tiger Red today. It's like, yeah, you shot up 105, bro.
Be who you are and be that well. Thanks. Shout out to St. Francis de Sales. That's Slasiana, my high school. But yeah, boys, there's nothing else. We're gonna keep preaching on it. We got a lot coming our way. More videos coming out. In 2 weeks, we're gonna start doing this 18 holes and see if we can break 100 or whatever it may be. Put on our YouTube. But I appreciate for everyone who has stayed with us for tonight. I know it's a little later, but we appreciate it. Anything else you guys want to say? Well, if that's the case, play 18 and don't let her know. Have a good one, boys. Peace.